All right, welcome back everyone. I hope everyone's day is well, and I'm hoping that everybody is having a great weekend. And today we are going to be having a look at the Star Wars Black Series, The Mandalorian, KOSKA Reeves. So this character here was in The Mandalorian. I don't know if she showed up in the Clone Wars, could have possibly. I don't recall. I'd have to go back and watch it. But anyway, this figure here is a great addition to your Mandalorian line, or just Mandalorians altogether. If you have a bunch of them like I do, that's just another great addition. So before we get started with the review, you guys know it, let's take a look at her accessories. Okay, so starting off, here we have KOSKA Reeves Mandalorian helmet. I think that Hasbro did a great job with the sculpt of this helmet. It's beautifully done. I like the scrimps and scrapes and the damage that they have going through the helmet itself right here. It gives it a lot of detail, a lot of life. And then her little viewfinder comes down, goes back up. So when you take it out of the package, you just want to be careful you don't break it. And whoop. All right, so, and then the back of the helmet itself, we have, the typical lines in the back, the way Mando's and Boba Fett's and everybody else's helmet is. Like this here is a different type of shape. Because she is part of I can't remember the name. Somebody leave it in the comments. I can't remember right now. But this is like almost like an owl look on the helmet here. So this is one of the accessories. And then she comes with her jetpack, which has a little bit of blue painted on it. And then the rest is just casted in black. And it has a peg to plug into the peg hole into her back. So yeah, it's a nice little jetpack that she has. And this kind of looks like a gun right here. Mine's a little bent, but it's all right. And then last but not least, she comes with her two blasters, just casted in a gray plastic with a little brown painted on them. Very nice. And they go just like regular Mandalorian pistols that I've seen in the past. So moving on to the figure itself, it's a standard Black Series figure. Yes, so this head sculpt, I mean, they actually got it to look like the woman who plays her. I know she's a WWE wrestler, and I can't remember her name, so I apologize. But anyway, they did a beautiful job with the braiding of her hair going through. The color, I have a little bit of paint rub right there between the eyebrows, makes it look like she has a unibrow starting to grow. And all the way, I mean, I like the detail of the hair going all the way back to her braid. And then they put a little bit of silver paint for the clasp that holds the braid together. Very nice. It's a job well done. And then moving on to her paint on her armor, on her Mandalorian armor. Once again, the paint wash that they put on here, the scuffs and the dings and the scrapes, you can tell that she has been in battle. There's the owl symbol on the shoulder here, and the owl symbol on the shoulder here. So this one's perfect, and this one's a little scraped off, which is fine by me because of the fact that I don't know if it was like that in the show or it was a mess up, but I don't care either way. It just gives it more ruggedness and more life. Moving on to the back part of her armor, it's just a typical flat blue. Moving down to the belt, you have all the pouches. There's no clips on them, so there's no paint. Going down to her holster, coming back up to the belt clip in the front. They did some nice gray and kind of like a goldish and silver on the clasps. Moving down her forearms here on the armor, she has a little bit of wash also on there to give it some rugged look. And then she has her what are these called? morning gales or something like that. These missiles that fire out, these little darts. And she has a little computer panel right there. And then moving on to the back of her hand. And then the same thing on this side. And this side is her flamethrower, if I'm not mistaken. And once again, more of that wash to give it some ruggedness that looks like she's been in the mix. Now going down here, she has armor plates on the side of her thighs. Going down to her knees, same thing with that wash to give it some ruggedness. And then also on her shin pads. Not bad. I don't have a whole lot of paint mess on this figure. So not bad at all. I have to say that they did a really good job on this one. As far as the uniform underneath, all of the armor, I mean, great texture on the lines, on the arms, even underneath, the bodysuit underneath. They gave it some realistic look. Nice. Moving down to the pants, you have the lines in the pants, in the front and in the back. And then down to her boots. All right. So moving on to the articulation. So for her head, she can look up that far, which isn't very much. Looking down, she can look down just fine. Head can turn side to side, and she has head tilt, crazy head tilt. Now with these arms, she doesn't have butterfly joints underneath. They're just ball joints, but the armor tucks underneath this part of the shoulder. Excuse me. And so that way you're not bending the shoulder plates, and they're not getting in the way of the articulation. So she can do a T-pose just fine. It's pinless tech, but every single time, except for Lady J, is the only female figure that I know that has pinless tech in her arms, and it's double jointed. She is not double jointed. She's only single jointed here, which is a bummer. No ab crunch. She has an upper torso swivel. So that means she doesn't have a waist swivel. She swivels at the torso. She can do the splits. Yay far. And she has upper thigh. No drop down legs. And she has single jointed knees, which is a bummer as well, because they were doing pretty good with the double jointed. Her foot tilt can go back this far, move forward this far, and then as far as the ankle articulation, there's that crazy articulation that goes way off to the side, which is great, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. All right, so I'm going to now put all the accessories on her. So the peg plugs into the peg hole in the back for her jetpack. Just kind of push it in there. She has two guns. But only one holster, so I don't know where she's keeping the other one. Yeah, I mean, I guess she can have her hold it in her hand, but at the end of the day, where is she putting it? In her bum? Is she attaching it to the jetpack? No. Why doesn't she have another holster coming down the side? Maybe it's just an extra gun in case you lose one. I have no clue, but whatever. It is what it is. It's not that big of a deal. I'll just plug one right into her hand here. Sorry, I'm off camera. I apologize. And last but not least, let's get her helmet on. So her helmet just slides right over. And yeah, it's a big helmet. To go on her head. It looks good, don't get me wrong, just big helmet, big helmet. And I have problems with getting her to stand. She doesn't like to, so I don't know if other people have having that issue with her not wanting to stand, but hey, you get her to stand and you just leave her. There you go. And there she is. All right, guys, I don't have any comparisons to compare her to out and about. And there she goes. Oh, typical. Typical. There we go. I think she'll be fine now. Yeah, I don't understand that. But whatever the case, there she is. Look, it's a great figure, and I'm sorry I don't have any guys out here to compare to except for the guys in the background, and you know, they're background guys. So there, you can compare them to those guys there if you want. I just wanted to do a quick video on this. I've been sitting on her for a while, and she's probably been done to death by a bunch of other reviewers and stuff like that. So, I mean, not that it matters to me. I just wanted to do my own and give my own opinion on this figure. It's a great addition to the Mandalorian, and if you have Mandalorian figures and you want to add her to your collection, then it's a great fit in. If you do not, and then skip it. This would not be a figure to get. But if you like it, I mean, it's a great sculpt. It's a great looking figure. Just you're not going to get a whole lot of dynamic poses. Yes, you can pose her. Don't get me wrong. You can put her in some poses and she'll pose out for you. But as far as getting her in crazy looking poses and stuff like that, no. Put her in flying poses or hovering poses or whatever, and that's fine. The only pet peeve I really have is the fact that one, she comes with 2 guns and only has 1 holster. I mean, even if she had one that was in the back, you know, to slide into the back of the belt, that would have been cool. The accessories, they're fine. The paint sculpt is fine. The only thing I have a problem with is that the fact that it's not double joints on the knees or the elbows. But that's Hasbro for you, and that's done time and time again. But hey, once again, great figure. Guys, if you are new to this channel, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are notified every single time I put up a new video. If you are not new to this channel, well, guys, I appreciate your support. I really do. And please, definitely like, and get other people to subscribe, share the videos, and definitely, please, guys, leave a comment down below. And I will catch you all on the flippity flip.